Gentlemen, suck my dick.
It's the Shoguncast, the most dangerous cultural podcast on the internet. With your host, the Bane of the Woke, the Harbinger Heritage, the Mad Shogun, Aaron Alexander. Featuring the man who doesn't need to stay frosty because he's always frosty, Snowman. And the id of the Shogunate and frequent visitor to the principal's office, the Mad Dog Matt Wheaton. Plus a random cast around the internet that could drop in from time to time. And now, from Central Florida, overlooking the shores of the Gulf of America, around the internet and into your devices,
Let's get ready to rumble!
Good. Oh, damn it. Hold on a second. My bad. But anyway, good evening, dear viewer. It is I, the Bane of the Woke, the Harbinger Heritage, the Mad Shogun, Aaron Alexander, and this is the Shoguncast for May 28th, 2025. Oh my god, we got a lot of weird shit to talk about this evening. I mean, damn cancel pigs won't let things go. Apparently, the industry thinks you're a bunch of pay pigs. And is Twitch screwed? Between the Hassan Piker thing and now Asmongold and Elon ready to team up? I don't know what I can tell you, but that's okay. Hit my saxophone. Good evening, gentlemen.
We have to teach you this lesson, you Armenian jagoff.
Oh, tell me about it. And believe me, it's like a damn brick wall. It's like you know how they have the saying that you don't touch the hot stove, and he keeps touching the damn stove, and he keeps burning his hand.
Of course, because he's willfully ignorant and willfully retarded too.
Whoops.
Hey, I'm fucking retarded.
Yeah.
I meant that in...
No. What you meant to say is Hassan is fuck-tarded. Get it right.
Okay.
Well.
That'll be for reference there, Snow.
Okay. But yeah, so yeah, there's a lot of weird shit going on tonight here. But before we get onto that, well, as you can see, I am pretty much not in my element tonight. But I'll tell you something that's in my element. Yes, I do have to promote this every freaking stream here, and that is indeed Ronin. I mean, last week turns out we've ran into some goddamn feds, finally. Ugh. I hate feds.
Of course, it's always the feds. I mean, if it ain't the prismatic unity, it's always the fucking feds.
Oh, yeah.
Well, prismatic unity is more of a new thing that was added into Roman. Fen 6 was always there.
Oh, yeah. They're like
I fucking had to ram a fucking pickup truck through a Fin 6.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, before he fucking died.
Mm-hmm.
I will say this. I knew they were Fen 6 the moment you start talking to them.
Yeah. Well,
the DM.
Yeah. Anyway, 343, how you doing, my man?
Hey there, Mr. A.
All right. So, but if you want to experience that type of all that fun stuff of that we just involved ourselves in, well, the quick start's there for you to download. Hold on, let me see if I can scroll down to this link, and it's right here. This is the 2.2. I might be upgrading it pretty soon because apparently there's been one mechanic that could be a possibility, and it seems like Porkchop wants to include a foot chase mechanic on there. Yeah, I just saw the notes earlier today.
It's not a bad idea.
Not a bad
You will
idea.
be more people.
Yeah, I might. I'll give it some thought. Okay, because I mean, having foot chase on there would make a lot of sense.
I mean, it's practically like car chases, except it's with your feet. So you're actually using your move stack.
Yeah, basically.
Which, hey, that gives vampires and werewolves more of a boost.
Yeah.
If anything else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not to mention it basically might as well be tabletop Yakuza if we're gonna include the chase sequences from that game series.
Yeah, think about it. Or basically another good example of something like that is pretty much every episode of Cops. Whenever there's a freaking foot chase.
Yeah.
Well, I do like the fact that I did mention about the reroll mechanic that I'm using for the raw deal, and you pretty much took that in.
Yeah, because right now we don't have we have a shit ton of reflex points and no skills to spend it on as of right now. So I'm thinking So I'm thinking you'll be spending 10 reflex points if you. So basically, it's like inspiration if you think about it.
Yeah, well, which I'll say this: my vampire character for the campaign that we are in has over 100 reflex points.
Oof. Yeah, so it's better. It's better to use that for like inspiration, sort of like inspiration in a D&D or what have you. So you can.
Also, we got rerolls. So anytime you
I just said that.
Oh.
But there's 2 rules.
Yes, there are 2 rules with these rerolls. Which, do you want me to explain them, or do you want to explain them?
You explain it.
All right. Most of the time, there's like no limitation on how many rerolls you can make, but here's are the 2 limitations. First and foremost, if you have to do a reroll, if you roll flawless success, you do not get that flawless success. At most, a reroll only allows a great success.
Yes.
Secondly, and this is very important, if you roll a botch, rerolls do not save you from the botch.
Mm-hmm.
You are stuck with that botch. You have to deal with that botch. Unless, of course, you have the lucky trait.
Yep.
But that's only because you have the lucky trait.
Yeah, so like I said, you can re-roll, but you won't get bailed out of a botch, and flawless rolls, they don't count. You'll just get a plus 20.
Yeah, but hey, we're actually having fun, unlike in, say, Thirsty Sword Lesbians.
Don't mention that, please.
I'll check myself in the office.
Nah, I'll let that go, but just don't mention that shit.
Because you mentioned that, Matt, I feel compelled to make... Oh, wait a minute. It's called the Gorgon's Path. Because, yeah, that has a crap ton of sexy Amazons. And by sexy, I mean actually sexy.
Yes. So anyway, with that said, well, it's been a while since we did this, but it is time to move on to our clown ass of the week.
Enough from the clown.
And our clown ass this week is this motherfucker. Oh, hold on. I almost forgot to do something here. I forgot to share my screen.
I swear to fucking Christ, is Hassan was defaming the name of the Tamino not enough for you?
So, little background what happened here was Hassan Piker got his pretty much in a heap of trouble. And that heap of course. Really? Yeah. So, apparently Hassan Piker had let's just say last week, this is like right after this is like last Thursday. Two people were killed at the Israeli embassy. All right, and the gunman.
That's a bad thing. That's a very bad thing.
Yes, I don't care what side of the Israel-Palestine conflict you lie. It's not good. Okay.
Yeah, innocent people were killed in that crossfire.
Yeah. Now the one who pulled the trigger, he was a freaking fan of the bread tuber, namely a fan of Hassan's little stream.
Oh, goody. Hey,
So,
Hassan, are you sure you're not digging up, stupid?
Oh, it gets better.
Aaron, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't understand how this is the clown of the week, considering we got a much bigger clown later on.
Oh, we do.
More briefly with this.
We do, but it also relates to a later story for this week. But it gets better. Hassan Piker.
Well,
usually,
I'm just saying. Okay, go ahead, and then I'll have my say.
Here's the deal with Hassan Piker. Okay, normally if someone does this is under and tries to invoke your shit, normally someone will say, "Hey, listen, we had nothing to do with this shit," and they completely disavow this bastard, right? Take a wild guess what Hassan Piker did.
He endorsed this motherfucker, didn't he?
He read his fucking manifesto and tried to downplay his viciousness, and it attracted the wrath of one of our old enemies, the ADL.
Where's Ken Sherwood? We fucking need him.
Can you really blame the ADL in this case?
Not really, but you all know the history with the ADL. They're censor happy motherfuckers. They think anyone not talking their shit is some sort of all right Nazi or some shit. Okay, I was so pissed. These guys threatened to hamstring X, and Elon had a big problem with those assholes. But in this case, I think it's like, you know what? Go ahead and destroy each other. We're just gonna be chilling with popcorn.
Yeah, but back to Hassan. Where the fuck is Kenshiro when we fucking need him?
Mm-hmm. So not only Hassan got some hot water with the ADL, and through that, Twitch got in some hot water.
No shit.
Yep.
Oh yeah, guess who hosts the Hassan's show? Oh wait, Twitch.
Yeah, they not only. If you host his show, that's one thing, and that's what the fuck do you do? But here's what really got it.
Yeah,
Jimmy's Russell.
Platform, so you want to get on there. But thing is, Twitch pays him a lot of money because he makes them a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
Probably from all the fucking women who are curious about socialism and /Marxism and /communism.
Yeah.
They're dumb bitches.
Of course they are.
No shit.
So because of that, I think the ADL probably went after their sponsors. And I think this is what caused them to ban Hassan Piker. But here's the problem. They only banned him for 24 hours, despite the fact that he's got like a shit ton of 24-hour bans under his belt. Normally he'd be gone from the platform.
Oh, I think Kirsha is still banned. Is she?
No, she's not. She only got a 24 on her end. She can stream. But here's
lightly.
But here's
Hell is too good for that bastard.
But here's the difference.
Kirsha got banned for bullshit reasons. Hassan is literally reading a fucking asshole's manifesto and cheering the murderous asshole on.
Of course. So
I mean, the extremes are right there.
Mm-hmm.
Again, hell is far too good for Hassan Piker.
Yes. So, it gets even better. That 24-hour ban that Hassan Piker got was on a day that he normally does not stream.
So it does. Wow, it's even worse.
Yes.
It's
When
like,
they
okay,
when they
normal don't see here, so we're gonna say it was basically like a slap on a wrist. And
not
like,
even because when Kirsha got banned, they banned her on a Friday, which she usually streams.
Son of a bitch.
So it's more like, okay, we have to do something to make it look like we're doing something.
Of
Don't worry,
course.
Husan. We know you make our bread and butter.
Yeah, we'll glaze. Yeah, buddy, we'll glaze for you. We'll glaze for you big time, Aim Daddy. So yeah. So unfortunately, yeah. So
I mean, what the fuck is Bezos doing?
I don't
What the
know.
fuck is Bezos doing? He should have sold Twitch a long time ago.
Yeah, because that platform's become a goddamn disaster. But
Yeah,
still,
that's why Rumble is much better.
yeah,
Man, Twitch used to be fun. Twitch used to be about gamers and people playing games. You watch them play games.
yeah. Now it's just
Actually make art.
yeah. Now it's just a bunch of
However-
it's just a bunch of thoughts and communism. That's what it's all about.
Yeah. That's why Rumble is much better, because it was basically Twitch of old.
Yeah,
In fairness, right now in Rumble, we only have an audience of 4.
yeah. It's not.
Who's watching YouTube?
Who's watching YouTube? Well, it ain't much better. That's all I can say. But at least we got 3.
Me, I'm trying to get the Shogun signal out there.
Yeah. But anyway, so as for Hassan Piker, because of all this crap, let's see here. I think, and I'm gonna include Twitch into this shit. Let's see. I think we should label them. Well, someone did die over it, so A-tier school threat. That's what we're going to give him. A-tier school threat. Because
Can we also drop a colony on Hassan Piker's ass?
oh, you know what? Hold on a second. Yeah, because since we're dealing with a freaking communist here, he not only gets the A-tier school threat, but we're also going to give him a nice little ride.
Ooh.
Yes. Your helicopter awaits you, Mr. Piker.
Man, I cannot wait till that body goes splat.
Or if you've seen Scarface, I'd rather see that fate. Anyway.
Death by hanging, huh?
Mm-hmm. So anyway, oh, what the heck? Oh, get out of here. All right.
Yeah, I'm more a fan of the splat. That's just me. I'm a
So-
borehound.
Well, moving on. Well, speaking of idiots and fake pigs, I mean, this is...
Bird!
Oh, yes, it's our old friend Randy Bitchford. Now, where is my thing? Yep, here it is. Oh, God, this bastard again. Yep, kids, it's the return of the Randy Bitchford Show. Alright, let me go ahead and stop this. Because apparently he thinks a bunch of Borderland fans are pay pigs. Now, this came out last week, but we didn't have a Shoguncast last week. But I wanted to talk about this. So,
This should have been our clown of the week.
oh, you thought Bitchford should have been our clown? Well,
Yep. I mean,
Yeah.
Husan, at least people died in that. People
yeah,
actually died with the Husan shit.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Hassan was more a fucktard than a clown ass.
At least with this, it's a dumbass CEO of a company that has a failing franchise because he fucking ruined his own fucking franchise. And he had the audacity to demand $80.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, not to mention I could spend all that time playing a Borderlands game, playing Brutal Doom, a much better game.
Exactly.
No, what pisses me off, the first Borderlands was actually pretty damn good. The second one, okay, they took the jokes too far.
Really?
The third one, that's
And
where
the
they start
third one-
fucking up.
The third one, just send that to the fucking wood chipper or whatever. It's garbage, get rid of it. The third
Yes.
one sucked ass.
Yeah, and I don't think this one's going to be any better. So, someone...
We're probably gonna triple down on the fart jokes and political gobbledygook.
Yeah.
Ay.
So-
I'm just wondering, what the fuck they have left? All the main characters that everyone gave a shit about are dead.
All right, so it starts off with this guy. I can't really pronounce it. Was it Daimoni J. A. Center or Golder or whatever it is? But anyway, he says, Randy, this game better not be $80. Don't take that risk. A lot of gamers aren't going to pay $80 and feed this notion of a constant increase of the price tag. You are the CEO. You have some say with the price when it comes to your publisher. Well, here's...
Where's wrong?
Yeah, he's not wrong here. Here's dumbass's response. A, not my call. B, if you're a real fan, you'll find a way to make it happen. My local game store had Starflight for Sega Genesis for $80 in 1991.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
This ain't the fucking 90s anymore, Bob.
Yeah,
Hey,
first...
I've been mowing the grass for like the entire summer to earn enough money for a PS2. Even I don't go around using this excuse.
Yes.
Shut the fuck up, Randy.
Yeah, let's put
You
it this...
failed me.
Yeah, first off is this, okay? That's bullshit, number one.
Bullshit!
Because if you paid $80 even in 91, you got gouged. I mean, if you're good enough, you could probably find... You could have probably found something for like $40, okay? It's not like the freaking Neo Geo, okay? Because you remember how much those games were. Good God.
Yeah. No, Geo
Or
was
go
big.
to a fucking store and buy a used game.
Yeah.
Yeah, not to mention, this is the Neo Geo we're talking about, the Rolls Royce of video games consoles.
Yeah, that too. And back in the day, you either had... And to mitigate this, back in the day, you had to go to Blockbuster. So... And you could probably beat half of these things in you could probably beat half the thing in a 3-day stretch if you're good enough.
Oh god, I remember that. Go.
Oh man,
I miss Blockbuster.
and I remember renting Earthbound and basically enjoying it.
Dude,
Yep.
my next door neighbors had a Sega Genesis. Anytime they put on, Sonic the Hedgehog, you see that Sega logo and you just hear that.
Sega.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, that's what I said.
So anyway,
Sega!
so my local
Fuck
game
yeah.
store had Starflight for Sega Genesis for $80 in 1991 when I was just out of high school working minimum wage at an ice cream parlor in Pismo Beach. And I found a way to make it happen. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit, Bitchford. Yeah, I had to play this song again. Now I'm gonna drop down the volume here so I get to play in the background because I want to talk about this a little. You see, let me explain something to you, Bitchford. Okay, just because you paid $80 back then doesn't mean we have to, okay? I don't give a fuck how inflation is. And I know this stupid argument that, well, it could be worse. We could adjust it for inflation. You'd be paying $200 a game. That wouldn't work.
Oh! Yeah, that doesn't work that way there, Bitchford.
And number two...
It's either the price is right or we're walking.
Exactly. And pretty much...
The reason that we're working with this shit is because Nintendo built up, like, decades worth of goodwill.
Exactly.
Be running away with their fucking ramping.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And number two, here's the thing. Expedition 33 blew away that argument quickly. Okay?
Oh yeah, it cost how many guys?
40.
50 at best.
Yeah, 50 at the most, and I was able to buy that bitch and play it.
Exactly. So.
Is that going on PS4?
Oh, let me turn that sound off.
This Expedition 33, is that on PS4?
I don't know.
It's on Steam, it's on PS5, it's on Xbox Series X. Get it if you can.
Yeah. Because and like I said, there's a lot of other good games that are coming out. There's like the game we're playing on stream, The Precinct. I think.
Oh yeah.
I think for the price, it's fantastic, and I hope they bring out more DLC for that shit. Because there is
that actually made me want to get The Precinct and consider it putting it on a Game of the Year list.
Yeah, it's a really good game. I mean, it's got a little jank in it, but believe me. I mean,
I think you guys would have fun with a game known as Door Kickers.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 2D game where you basically go in and you save people from... Well, you save hostages, you take down the criminals, you do arrests. It's more arcadey, but hey, I love it, and I love the pixels.
Yeah.
And if I may interject and include my personal pick for a good game, Doll's Nest. If you love Armored Core, if you love waifus, and if you love Dark Souls, it's a great combination of all three. Plus, with
all right, now I got a couple games that are on my wish list that I'm looking at. Okay.
Slow down.
Okay.
Before we cut each other off, let's at least mention the systems that these games are on.
You can find most.
I got Door Kickers. You could get Door Kickers anywhere. You could get a PS4, Xbox, probably a PS5. You definitely get it on Steam.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can also get Doll's Nest on Steam too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Matt.
But anyway,
the other platforms you could get Doll's Nest.
I mean, you could probably also get it on PS5 and Xbox Series X.
Okay. All right, guys. Okay. There's a couple more suggestions. You have Tainted Grail Fall of Avalon, which is the same price as Expedition 33. It's not a bad game from what I heard. And then there's a game that's coming out June 10th, which is about a couple weeks from now. This game called Mind's Eye. And now, I know what you're thinking. It's sort of like Watch Dogs in a bit, but here's the kicker, which I think it got my attention. Guess who's directing that game?
Who?
Here's a hint. Used to work used to be the big guy at Rockstar.
Oh.
It's not Dan Houser.
I was gonna say it might be good, but what platforms are those on?
Well, from those two that I'm talking about, they're going to be on Steam, but I'm sure. But like I said, I really don't give a crap about consoles, in my opinion. So
we'll start caring because we need to mention these platforms. Because if we want people to play these games, we need them to give them every single chance they could possibly get. And if they only have consoles, We need to mention what consoles they're on.
Well, it's probably whatever it is, it's probably not on the PS4. That's for sure. But like I said,
Yeah, I'm looking at Mind's Eye right now, and already this is looking way better than GTA 6.
well, but anyway, so there, and even though Mind's Eye's a little bit pricey for it, I wish they just drop it another $10. But like I said, hell of a lot better than freaking $80.
Well, what
Yeah,
is it?
Yeah, it's still better than 80.
What is it? Like 60?
It's $59.99, so it's $60.
Okay.
Yeah, it's still doable.
Yeah, I'll moan about it, but fine. But I think with those types of games, those are the ones you gotta say, okay, I'm gonna see how this goes first. Yeah, I'll just wait for the reviews. But like I said, and 343's right. Why the hell should we fork over $80 of our hard-earned money for some shitty-ass game? I mean, we're really tired of the goddamn slop.
What's the words right out of my mouth, Mr. A? Bravo.
You know, I will say this, because I know they basically fucking destroyed the Borderlands franchise. But I wish someone would actually make a game similar to the first Borderlands, but each of the character class has their own, like, skill tree similar to, like, the Path of Exile.
Yeah. Well, but as for Bitchford himself, we all know. Yeah, you and your stupid ass, phony ass magic. You ain't freaking this motherfucker Temu version of David Blaine here. Now, I'm not going to deem you a school threat because you're not really a threat to children. You're just a scumbag. So, you know what? I'm gonna let you beat him to a pulp, Snow. So I'm sending him to Detroit.
No! No, not Detroit! No! No, please! Anything but that! No!
Have fun.
Buddy.
In the middle of summer, I mean, well, not the middle of summer, but when summer is happening and not winter happening, you know how I like to dispose of these people.
Well, you do have Lake Huron.
I'm just saying, there's nothing like a frozen lake where you just go ice fishing.
No, here's what you're not following me. You bury him on the Canadian side.
How's that going to work? I bet you the Canadians worship this dumb fuck. He agrees with their politics.
That's why.
The moment I take him over
That's why I say put him in cement shoes on the Canadian side.
Knowing my luck, Aaron, the moment that happens, some dudes, the Canadian Coast Guard is going to be like, "Is that Randy Pitchford? Save him!" And they fucking save him.
I don't know. Maybe tossing some piranha to dissuade him. Anyway.
Yeah. Or some sharks with
You are
lasers.
so underestimating my horrible luck in real life.
No sharks, okay? Keep them away from the damn lakes. Piranhas, okay.
Yeah. Well, at least it's not as bad as my luck there, Snow.
So anyway, as I said earlier about the situation with Twitch, well, I have a feeling this might have triggered something else going on behind the scenes, especially here on X. Now, if you remember a few months ago, Elon and Asmongold had a bit of a row over the Path of Exile deal, right?
Yeah.
Now it seems like bygones are bygones, and now they're thinking, and now Asmongold's asking Elon, maybe we should get some streaming set up on X, and I think Asmongold wants to lend his assistance.
Okay, I'll let both Asmongold and Elon cook.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta give Asmongold credit. He knows how to run an actual DTuber company. He hired Kirsha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
He knows
only-
about streaming. I mean, he makes billions off streaming.
Yeah.
I mean, if only he could keep his room roach free.
I'm sure he does now, because everyone knows. But
I wouldn't be praying for miracles right now, but pray for things you can actually attain there, Max.
so with
Okay, but
so the deal with Asmongold is he apparently he's more in tune with streaming, like UI fixing, what have you. So what he's thinking about doing is advising Elon to sort of fine tune any streaming that happens on X, which is a pretty good idea. However, I got a feeling this comes in response to what's been going on with Twitch. I mean, it's not just the Hassan bullshit; it's just the staff being complete and utter morons.
that's putting it lightly there, Aaron.
Oh yeah. So now here's what it says here. He's been according to Yeet, no relation to Jey Uso. Asmongold said he's been in contact with people at X for streaming, willing to help them change their entire UI and platform and stream there for a month for free. Says he would stream on them 20 hours a week. And he thinks it takes anywhere from $30 to $50 million to complete, which to Elon, it's rent money.
Yeah.
So it seems Elon's ready. So it seems Elon's decided to swim with this. And I hope something helps out with this. I hope it goes well. I mean, something needs to compete with frickin' Twitch. For some reason, despite the fact that it's full of garbage and drama and people getting favors and glad handing all of the stuff, some people still stream there. Good Lord. And I'm not talking about what you call it. I'm not talking about like your bread tubers and what have you, or your cosplay tubers or what have you. No, or VTubers, I should say. Hell, some normies say, "Hey, I want to take up streaming." They get on there, they say some spicy shit, and the next minute they know, bam, they're banned.
Yeah, I've been trying to tell the people at the Songs of Siren crowd, basically like, hey, you should probably try Kick as well. Just, broaden yourselves up a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Because they deal with World War II politics with their games because they're playing World War II battleships.
Yeah, or go on YouTube. Maybe you might catch a break there. Who knows?
Yeah, which I'm trying to tell them, broaden your horizons, because I have a feeling one of us is going to say something spicy without even thinking it's spicy at all. And YouTube's going to lose shit. I mean, not YouTube, but
Twitch.
Twitch is going to lose the shit.
Yeah. Because you basically have to navigate a minefield on Twitch, which is one of the reasons I would never stream there. And why would you anyway? I mean,
I had to make like an actual account just to actually reply to these guys, so they read my posts. And even then, on the fucking chat itself, I get censored.
No wonder I fucking hate Twitch. I mean,
yeah,
there are some good people who stream on Twitch, but even then, they kind of have to realize, oh yeah, maybe Twitch ain't so hot right now. Let's go stream on Rumble.
Yeah, there's certain words I found out I cannot use that I never thought were offensive at all.
Yeah, it feels like Vince McMahon ran the place. It's like they have a list of words you can't use, and if you use them, he'll go ballistic.
No, it just gets bleeped out of existence. Like, oh, now you made my post look like I'm fucking dumb. What the hell, Twitch?
Yeah, but still, there needs to be a solid competitor for Twitch because this is starting to get ridiculous. Yes, with Kick, like I said, there's some problems with them. The problem with this is with Kick, you can't just start off willy nilly. I learned that the hard way. You got to have a following to get it. You got to have a following for people to follow you there. All right, and on Rumble, and I've learned this the hard way. Doesn't matter. Yes, I'm still streaming on Rumble. This is what I like to do, but unfortunately, you gotta have a following outside following to even get anyone on chatting on your stuff.
You know what I want to see? You know what I really want to see?
What?
Elon Musk buys out Discord.
Interesting.
I really want to see that.
Yeah.
Well, for one thing, it basically forced the Soylence out.
Oh, for sure. But the problem is, he's starting to get into a little bit of the AI, and even the AI is starting to get a little wonky.
Well, I'm basically looking at alternatives for Discord, because once they go, stock market, once they go public, shit's gonna go down.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And the alternatives, they either charge too much money, like $10 per person, for the one I mentioned to your DM a while ago, which I'm like, no, that's too expensive. Fuck that. They want $10 per person. No.
They want to. Wait. Let me pull. Let's roll it back. You mean to tell me they want to charge people to run fucking Discord servers?
No, this is not Discord. This is like an alternative to Discord, which I figure we might need in the future when Discord goes public, because you know what happens to everything that goes public. It goes to shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it goes complete corpo. Yeah.
So I'm thinking, because we do need a means of communicating with each other, and we know Spaces is not there yet.
Yeah.
So I'm like, looking for alternatives, because Riot Chat was a fucking bust, because they're not really doing much with it.
Gilded also went down. They started to completely become joined at the hip with Roblox. Ugh. Hate Roblox.
Yeah. So Guilds is out, because I'm not going to try to explain to people why I have a Roblox account.
Yeah, I don't want to even go there. I'm with you on that.
He's like,
I avoid Roblox like the plague.
Yeah, because here's the bottom line. If you have a Roblox account, people are just gonna just by default affix a B tier school threat onto you.
yeah. Well, okay, if you're a kid and you have a Roblox account, that makes sense.
Fine.
But if you're a full-grown adult man...
If you're over the age of 20... Well, no. If you're over the age of 25, yeah. You're a B-tier school threat automatically.
Yeah.
Because...
And I don't want to have a Roblox account just so I can have a fucking guild account.
Exactly. But anyway.
But it makes things so much simpler. No! because my 41-year-old self's got to explain to people why I have a Roblox account.
Yeah, really. They're going to say,
Because of people who fucking see if I have a Roblox account, which I don't.
right.
If I did, and they see, like, what are you? Hey, Snowman, you're 41 years old.
All right. Back in
the
this
stuff you're into.
time out, guys. Back in this
account.
Hold on. Time out. Keep going, but I'll be back in a second, okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even like Roblox because it's not a very good game.
Well, the thing with Roblox is it's a platform where you can actually make your own games.
Yeah.
It's actually like the current year version of Minecraft. And we know Minecraft is basically Legos, the video game.
Yeah, although if I actually wanted to make my own video game, I'd probably go with Gary's mod.
True, but I am just saying, it's one of those things where you build something. And I hate to say it, but we're old fogies.
I hate when you're right.
I hate it when I'm right too, but you know what? At least I don't roll net ones.
Oh, you just had to go there, Snow. God damn it, you just had to fucking go there. Hey.
You did skip out on that day, and I know you were reeling from it.
I know. My God, Mike.
All right, I'm back.
Yeah, I am so depressed right now because A, I'm old, and B, I rolled a nat fucking 1.
Again? Jesus.
And then you had to skip a day which means I couldn't run the session because it was only half the people.
Yeah. Well.
Because Porkchop was not feeling well, which I can't blame Porkchop. If you're sick, you're sick.
Yeah, the best laid plans, unfortunately. So anyway, so hopefully this little plan with Asmongold goes over well with trying to get X into streaming so they can compete with Twitch, because God forbid that, because Twitch is too much of a dumpster fire, but unfortunately it only provides a lot of reach, and it's just ridiculous. And it's like what I was talking with John Della Rose before the program, and he pretty much said this. A lot of the algorithm nowadays with every platform, doesn't matter which it is, it's the table's pretty much turned. Okay? It's like right now to get any sort of reach for anything you advertise, your streams, your games, everything, it's pretty much a matter of freaking chance. I mean, it started to sound like lottery odds. Anyway, but hopefully this.
Why do we need these algorithms? Why can't we just do it the old-fashioned way, which is, hey, if you're actually popular, you go up.
Yeah, normally, I mean, it's ideal, but unfortunately, it's too simple, and someone's got to make some money off of it. Yeah, go to hell. Anyway.
Yeah, I miss the old school ratings, where if you're actually doing good and people are actually watching, your ratings go up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just like how YouTube used to do it.
Yeah, really.
Can we just go back to those?
They used to have a 5-point rating system.
Well, no, it's basically the rating system was depending on how many views you get. If people are constantly watching you, your ratings go up.
Yeah. But like I said, it can't work like that. And even if people are interested in your stuff, the algorithm will say, nope, just watch this stupid shit from Stephen Colbert, or Will Smith, or any of these, or any
fucking YouTube now,
or anything from The View, or any of these losers, because reasons.
Stop! Desist. It's making me long for the good old days of YouTube before this shit. Fucking Susan.
Longing for those days to come back.
Yeah, freaking Susan Wabajek. Well, I'll be honest with you. It's, you know what? It's just a few. I know you know what? It's long enough. I hope she's roasting in hell. Fuck her. Anyway.
Hell's too lenient for her.
Well.
Hell's literally the worst thing you could possibly get. So, how?
I'll think of something.
Well, speaking of hell, these canceled pigs just don't fucking learn.
The Oink Oinks are at it again?
Yep, the Oink Brigade is at it again. And this time they went after Camelot 331.
I don't even know who Camelot 331 is, and already he's got my support.
Well, here's who Camelot 331 is, for those of you not in the know, okay?
Yeah, is he like a NASCAR driver?
Yes, he is. But I started following him around the time. This is like, I've followed this guy from the beginning, okay? And he was one of his first videos. He was talking about his time over at GameStop. All right. He used to be
so basically a NASCAR driver and a retro gamer.
Yes. Well,
that actually made me want to go watch some NASCAR.
Well, I'll just give you the timeline of Camelot, okay? Okay, so originally he worked at GameStop for about 10 years, and I think he did majority of it as a manager, okay? He was actually a manager over at a GameStop back in his hometown of Alabama. Now, as you know, GameStop. As you know, GameStop is top. When it comes to their corporate culture, it's trash. Okay, we're talking EA levels of it. But
no shit.
So, long story short, he gets fired, and he talks about his experiences over at GameStop for the first few months of his YouTube career, and like I say, he got into a bit of a row with those guys about that shit. But over time, he did develop a decent following. Okay. Now as time went on, he started getting into NASCAR. I don't know how, but he got into NASCAR, and he did get a sponsor, one of which is Tim Pool. Why do you think he's got Tim? Why do you think he's got Timcast on his car and his suit? That's who's been fun. That's who's been sponsoring him. Tim Pool and a few other guys as well. I believe Public Square's sponsoring him. So he's been on the NASCAR circuit for, I don't know, maybe a year or two so far, right?
Yeah, that still gets me how Tim Pool got pissed off with a video game company, because the video game company had the name far longer than his idea.
Oh, you're talking about Subverse? Yeah, that's another story. So
I'm just saying, it's still funny because the actual porn game company had the rights to that name because they bought the rights. They bought the trademark. They bought the copyright.
Yeah, I still find that unbelievable.
It was like, hey, why can't you? Oh, no. I'm like, yep. Start thinking of a new idea, dude.
Well, anyway, so getting back to what I was saying here. So for the better part of a couple years, he's been in NASCAR. So what happens was, I believe Raleigh Retro Games originally wanted to feature him. He was about to have his team down here and everything, and unfortunately, this happens.
Raleigh Retro Games.
Hold on.
Yeah.
It's cool that he was going to go there because, yeah, he'd probably bring the sports car, the team. It would have been cool. But then the Cancel Pigs happened.
That actually would have been cool, dude.
I know.
And
then the Cancel Pigs happened, which is lame.
Yeah.
It's always the fucking Cancel Pigs. Always.
Yep, wrecking the fun. Making sure no one else can have fun. Fucking Cancel Pigs.
Yeah. So what's happened right now because of that? Okay, now there's going to be some background to this situation, but what happened? So they're already getting backlash. So a couple guys he's already dropped out of this event due to that. Now apparently a couple things happened since then, okay? In addition to the backlash. Camelot released a little leaked a phone call to the expo's president, the guy who runs the expo. And let's put it this now. I'm not going to play the entire video because it's about a half hour long. We don't got a lot of time here. So, luckily there's some timestamps that Camelot provided here, where he basically said, pretty much gives the game away right away. He says he agrees that the cosplayers and the mentally ill that are in power, he has to list them, although he disagrees. Those are the ones that wanted him canceled, by the way. He said...
So, wait. Cosplayers just want him canceled and they got what they want?
Yeah, that and the fact that some people on his staff had a connect with them, so I think they did that, and his hands were pretty much tied. So what happened was Camelot was talking in a stream about the rise of mental illness in each communities and the need to fit in, and which leads to all this mess. And he basically said there's no shame in mental struggles nor wanting to fit in, just the dangers of the outlier. You know, and when I heard this, I was thinking about a cosplayer I had a recent falling out with for the same reason. I'm not going to say her name on here for reasons. I'm not gonna unless anyone from her camp decides to come at me.
And there's a reason why I don't mention any of my personal baggage anywhere on social media, because ain't nobody got time for that shit, especially not me.
So now the good news here is it wasn't the person among the ones who were canceled, and I'll show later. It wasn't the person that I was thinking. Thank God, because the last thing I need, with all the crap going on right now, the last thing I need is to get into a war. So it goes on that apparently he only cares about the ticket sales, and he thinks having someone controversial, quote unquote controversial, would screw up his gate, which is bullshit. Okay? And he's
Shit did he say?
a lot. He goes every excuse saying he claims he'll lose his house if he doesn't cancel me, and he basically admits his con is not inclusive, even though they try to say it is, and yeah, Camelot fucking busted his ass.
The dreaded guilt by association.
Yep. And it's turned to a freaking mess. Now, apparently, I'll show you. Yeah, so Yeah, he caught the guy red-handed, and it turns out, oh my! Now I think thinks calling him, trying to explain the situation would absolve him, but it doesn't.
Man, fuck these cons.
It gets better because
No,
apparently,
seriously, I'm saying fuck these cons because every time you try to go to the con, it gets worse.
and
worse.
here are your suspects, Dano. Julia Thomas, Madison Shelton. And she looks pretty cute, but there's danger. But danger here is involved.
Why is it always the danger? Why is it always the cute ones that also have the danger hairs that also have the mental illnesses?
Nature's way, Matt. It's nature's way of saying if you try to go out with her, you suffer in that one.
Mm-hmm. And these are the cosplayers in question.
I got nothing.
These are the cosplayers in question. I don't know any of these guys. This one looks like a damn. This one looks like a Temu version of. God, who's that bathwater chick?
Belle Delphine.
Belle Delphine. Thank you. She looks like a Temu version of Belle Delphine.
You haven't mentioned Belle Delphine there, Aaron.
I'm looking at the face of this person. No.
Yeah. Then you got someone who probably eating one too many Little Debbies, and a third one who probably well, there's probably a good reason why you're wearing that freaking Melina mask there, sweetie.
So all three of them are basically Uggo bitches.
Five.
Pay attention, Matt. We don't want a repeat of you and Dragon going through an epic boss fight. You get back to the Waffle House, and you act like nothing happened.
So apparently, they got two individuals
at the Waffle House.
So apparently, all five of them, and this is what it is. He said the stuff that these individuals have allegedly done in the past to innocent people are so earth-shattering that I'm nervous to even talk about it, but it must be done. There are guests looking to attend this event, and they need to know the danger they may be in. It is not any surprise why it was allegedly canceled, and there's 15 years of reasons why.
Oh no! A NASCAR driver is going to go there and present his car. The danger!
Yeah, really. But judging on how Camelot is presenting this, you know what? I'm gonna say, You know what?
Go back to the actual president guy. Oh, wait, he's here. You
Yeah.
know what the president did? He done fucked up and ruined his own con.
Yep. Because you're trying.
Shit, they're slow.
Yeah, because you're afraid.
These five dumb bitches.
Because you're afraid.
Dumb bitches cost you everything.
Yeah, and I think what happened is the creative director. That's probably his wife. So let me guess. If you didn't cancel her, she's going to probably divorce you and take half your money and take your house. Maybe that's what's assumed here.
I think I know what happened. I think I know what happened. Because I've seen this happen to me before.
Okay.
The four cosplayer bitches went up to the wife, started giving the wife the cry bully shit.
Oh, the Longhouse bullshit.
Yep, and the wife.
Oh, God.
The wife buys into it, and so she went to her husband and basically told him all this shit, and he's like, do we want? She's like, no, don't bother with proof and evidence. I believe these women. They would not lie to me.
Yep.
Because women are like that.
Yep,
My
the
mother-
Longhouse mentality. The Longhouse mentality is undefeated.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, that episode of The Simpsons is proven real.
Zip it. I notice this because my sister does this to me. All my sisters do this to me. If one gets pissed off, they talk to the others, and they automatically take her side over my side, even though I could be 100% right.
Yep.
I've seen this shit happen with my mother, because she'll believe all her friends, even though my father and I are basically telling her the truth, and basically telling them, no, this is not how it's going to happen. It's going to happen this way, not what you think is going to happen. My mother believes her friends. She goes off, fucking does something, and it happens exactly what my dad and I warn her about.
Mm-hmm.
No.
My mother, bless her soul, but holy shit, women have a problem. It's called believing other women, especially other women that are hell bent in destroying your own life.
Yeah, toxic femininity, dude.
Yep.
Yeah.
My condolences there now.
So if I'm a gambling man, my money is on this woman listening to the other four, listening to the cosplayers. She buys into their story, and she convinced her husband to, cancel out the guy.
Yeah. That's pretty much the same theory I've arrived at. Because...
And I bet you, once the wife and the husband realize what the truth actually is, damn everything, and the wife figured out she got to lie to you, two outcomes happens from this. One is the more like she becomes super pissed, and she's gonna hate these four bitches for the rest of her life because they had the audacity to lie to her.
Mm-hmm.
And they made her look stupid. The second one, she doubles down because she cannot admit she's wrong, which is even worse than number one, because at least with number one, she realizes she was in the wrong and she's trying to fix it.
Yeah.
Number two is she is denying reality itself.
Number two's and considering what's been going on, number two is pretty much, I think, the more likely outcome, because as you can see, when it comes to when it comes to the Longhouse, accountability is like poison to them. It's like you're a vampire and accountability is the cross.
And that's a big fat number two we're looking at there, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, I play some vampire games. Sometimes the crosses don't even fucking work.
Well, now, but apparently we were going to hear some details about it tonight, but unfortunately, it's on fucking Hypnotic Stream. Shit, why, of all the places, why you got to be on Hypnotic Stream? Jesus H. Christ.
Probably because he has the reach, unlike us.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying she should expose on our shit, but still, there's better place to talk about shit. I wouldn't mind if they went on Ricada's stream. But anyway.
Side scrollers would have been perfect.
Oh yeah, definitely. Side scrollers.
Yeah,
You should have talked about this on Side Scroll.
World class bullshit would have been perfect. Geeks and Gamers would have been perfect.
World class, yeah, especially Geeks and Gamers, because Jeremy's a NASCAR fan. Or at least he was. Or at least he was at one point. Shit, he should, like I said, that would be a perfect shit. Have him go on to CobraCast 199 and say and talk about this one. I mean, this will please the NASCAR sort of the NASCAR aspect of old Jeremy. But either way, we're gonna find out tonight for sure. What kind of bullshit there? And like I said, should I just hold my nose and just go on Hypnotic Stream just so I can look at what's going on?
Well, if you're truly interested in it, I guess you would have to, plug your nose.
Yeah. As much as I don't like fucking Hypnotic, I might have to. I don't want to give them the fucking views, though, It's ridiculous. But if you deign to check out the stream so you can figure out what the backstory behind all this shit, you may. I ain't your damn daddy. So, but there is some good there. This story does have a bit of a happy ending here.
Oh.
Another con has agreed to host Camelot.
Oh, apparently someone was actually smart. It's like, oh, that happened to you, Camelot? Go to my con.
Yeah.
Please go to my con.
If one fumbles the ball, another one picks it up. Now, this is later in July, but it's a state over in Greenville, South Carolina. But it seems like he's gonna be a special guest at the Southeast Game Exchange Con.
That background kind of reminds me of Donkey Kong.
Yeah, it does a little. I think that.
It definitely gives off Donkey Kong Country vibes.
Yeah.
I see the barrels, I see the jungle behind it, and it's all look like it made constructed of wood and nails. That
Well,
screams Donkey Kong to me.
yeah.
Yep, that actually made me want to play some Donkey Kong Country later.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
I can't believe the guy who made Mario, who was
Shigeru Miyamoto.
Huh? What'd you say, Aaron?
Shigeru Miyamoto.
Yeah, he hated Donkey Kong Country.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Then again, I wouldn't be surprised. He also hated Star Fox, which was bullshit.
God, I love Star Fox.
Now,
Same here. It's
So-
basically my favorite Nintendo property next
All right.
to Metroid.
all right. So anyway, he's going to be there at the con, facing off against the winner of the Gran Turismo tournament in an exhibition match. So basically, he's going to be for that tournament. He's simply going to be like sort of like the Mike Tyson fight. It's like you finally win the belt by being Super Macho Man, the original Punch Out, but then you have your dream fight, which is against Mike Tyson.
And hopefully it won't be rigged like that, like Mike Tyson versus Logan Paul.
God. Well, I don't see Keemstar anywhere in this whole deal. So I think we're safe.
Oh yeah, Logan Paul did the most punches. That's how he fucking won.
It ain't Logan Paul. It's Jake Paul.
Oh yeah, okay, Jake Paul.
Logan
It was
Paul's wrestles.
Okay,
Yeah, Logan, same shit, different asshole.
Yeah, tell me about it. I still don't like those guys.
I know they're brothers, but I can't tell them from apart. I'm sorry, Aaron.
That makes
The
sense.
point is, I still can't believe Jake Paul won that.
Yeah,
Other than the fact that he got the most punches in.
exactly.
Whooping.
Yeah.
Yeah, not to
And
mention, Mike Tyson would have knocked Jake Paul those lights out.
Yeah, but Tyson wanted to check, and you know how it was. I mean, his manager at one point was Don King.
Oh boy.
I'm saying Jake Paul actually fought Mike Tyson and won. How? I don't know. Other than he was young and got the most punches in. That's it. It wasn't like a knockout or anything. It wasn't like, oh yeah, you won because you were clearly better. No, he got punches in.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
One of the lamest
we're not talking little Mac here, dude. This is
Yeah,
Jake
really.
Paul. The
Yeah,
dude's
but
about
he
the
won
greatest thing.
the lamest way possible. Matt, I'm just saying he won the lamest way possible.
Well.
He won by score, not knockout.
All right. Anyway. So
I want to see it. I want to see Jake Paul's ass on the floor.
that's not going to happen because, like I said, half these fights are fixed. But anyway, so he'll be at Greenville, South Carolina for the Southeast Game Exchange in July. So, like I said, and I'm willing to bet they offered him a much better deal than those guys over at Rally Retro. So, as for Rally Retro, let me bring them back up. Okay, I don't know what their deal is, but like I said,
I don't even know who they fucking are. That's how low tier they are.
Yeah, I've seen cosplayers with much more. I've dealt with cosplayers with better reach than this. Shit, Mimsy's got over 1 million followers. I've never even heard of these freaking Harridans.
I don't even care to know these goddamn Harridans. That's how much I care. Because I don't care.
Exactly. But like I said, like I said before, as for what type of school threat that they are, and this is how I feel right there. I mean, this could change with what's revealed tonight.
The pathetic bitches that finally got their way.
So you know what? Yeah. So you know what? I'm going to set the baseline here and see that they're just being Karens and they're not getting violent yet. But for now, they are a C tier.
Minnie has some anxiety issues. It's gonna be okay. You are safe.
Yeah, you're safe indeed. Yeah, right.
Define safe.
They fucking failed because I bet you no one's gonna go to that fucking con.
Yeah, really. And like I said, this could easily go probably A tier. This is if what you're saying is pretty bad, this can go to A tier. But if it's really fucked up, there's a slim chance it'll go to S tier. Slim chance. It's got to be something like really rotten. So for right now, these fucking Harridans are a C tier because they're just nothing more than a bunch of fucking Karens.
Anyways, let's move on because I'm sick of looking at that troon. I think that's a troon.
Which one's the troon?
The Rue.
Who, this one?
Oh my god! I think I think you're right. Now,
Wait. If that one's a troon, I'm amending it. I'm amending the school threat. I'm amending the school threat if that's a troon. If that's a troon, that's a B tier.
Well, Aaron, I'm just saying, look at the face. Tell me that's a woman's face or a guy's face.
Yeah, if you get past all that damn makeup.
You know what? Clearly a Mulvaney if I ever saw it.
I can't tell if that's a man or a woman.
You know what? I think I know how I can settle this. Let me look her up. Riley Rue. Fuck is this loser? Nope, that's not. Because. I don't know.
Because at least I can tell that the Chike cosplay is actually a woman. Just looking at her face.
Okay, I found out about this Riley Rue. I don't know if this is the one we're talking about, but it says Texas to North Carolina. So, okay, let's do a bit of a 5-second research into her.
I'm feeling.
Already we got some bullshit here. So freaking drink.
Cat mama. Really?
Yeah, BLM. So already drink. So it
I
turns.
highly doubt she's even an army vet.
Army vet my ass. Okay, let me look at this. Well, do have some good. Well, I'm looking at this situation, and let's see. Yes, apparently she probably served for some reason, but judging by this, yeah, that doesn't look like true to me. I could be.
That picture is not doing her justice if you look at the cosplay picture.
Yeah, she still looks like a butterface though.
Yeah, that's true. and I think I know why she probably hit the bricks out of. She hasn't posted in over a year, so I assume it's probably because she probably fucked off to Blue Sky.
Well, why don't we check there?
I'm not gonna bother.
Do we really want to check there? Do we really want to check there, Matt?
I don't want to check. I don't want to look into Blue Sky. It's like the Ark of the Damn Covenant.
Seriously, I don't feel like rolling on that one tonight.
Yeah. So until we figure out what's going on, they are a C tier. So again, it can be amended. All right.
There, Aaron. I thought that was a true one.
Well.
Yeah. What was her Twitter handle again?
Do you really want to? Do you really even care? Come on.
At this point, I've rolled enough.
Can you stop rolling that ones, Matt?
All right.
Fine, I'll stop rolling on that one. Sheesh.
All right, but speaking of Nat ones, well, we got a nice little Florida man story here for you. So with that said, it is time once again for the ever-continuing adventures of Florida Man.
Florida Man!
No one told you life was gonna be this way. Your job's a joke, you broke, your love life's the old way.
No recollection of that happening at all.
This store sells some good liquor.
Of course. Sweet potatoes.
Yeah, I'm sick and tired. I'm sick and tired.
All right. So to close this out, well, as you can see by this guy here, I think you know who it is gentlemen. Let me guess. You're not familiar with this guy. He's been on the He's been on this segment a couple times already. This is This is Sheriff Grady Judd, the guy who's the guy that's sheriff of Polk County, which is neighboring county to the east of me. It's in Central Florida. It's sandwiched between Tampa and Orlando. Okay?
Yes. So.
Well.
Moving on.
So we have a little. So it's time for a little story time with Grady Judd. Because I'm just gonna shut up and let him speak.
Thank you for being with me. I'm going to give you a press release based upon the best information we have now. I say this every time that we have an active event which the community wants to know about sooner rather than later. The information that I give to you today is the best information we have at this moment in time. Anything I say is subject to modification or improvement as the investigation goes on. But I want to introduce you to someone. This is Timothy Schultz. He's 42 years of age. And here's what we know at this point. At about...
Oh, boy.
Are we even looking at a member of the Manson family?
Just look at the face of this winner here.
Yeah. You can tell he rolled in that one somewhere.
Yeah. Oh, but he's...
Oh, please, enough with the Nat ones already.
Well,
he'll rub it on your face, Matt, because you skipped a day.
Well, you didn't just roll a nat one in looks, my man. as you'll know in a bit. Let's just say he rolled a botch, big time. And he can't.
How big a botch are we talking about?
the type of botch that you can't save and throw your way out. All right, so let's keep going.
5:56 a.m., the racetrack on Highway 37, which is just due west of where I am now, notified the sheriff's office and said, hey, there's a guy in here, and he's bizarre, and he's shaking, and he's asking to call his son. Deputies immediately responded. We searched for him from our arrival time, which was 3 minutes later, until about 6:39, so over 40 minutes we searched for him and we couldn't find him.
Yeah, so basically this guy, he's been smoking that blue glass.
Anyways, let's continue.
Yeah, so anyway.
And then at 7:22, we received another call. I'm sorry, at about 7:43, we received another call and said, hey, there's this white guy in the lake, and there's a lot of alligators in the lake.
Guy who's a little delirious just wandered into a freaking lake full of alligators.
Boy, that's not good.
I don't think this is going to end well.
No.
You don't say.
Let's continue. Let's stop pausing.
All right.
And there's an alligator near him. He must be drunk or high or something. One of our witnesses actually took a life vest or a life preserver out and tried to give it to him, and he wouldn't take it. Another witness tried to talk to him, and he said the guy growled at me, so I ran in the house and locked the door. Our deputies immediately arrived. As they were arriving, he was walking from the lake between the houses, and he had a set of garden shears with him. He had gone to a truck and was throwing a brick trying to break into a vehicle. A lady, our third witness, who is in the cul-de-sac walking her dog, said he immediately charged the deputies holding the shears. She said they waited too long to shoot, but our deputies tried to de-escalate. We also tried to tase him on 2 different occasions, and he continued to charge at them. The deputies backed up, telling him to throw the shears down, and even though he committed an aggravated assault and an attempted burglary, they were still trying to take him peacefully into custody. He climbed into the passenger side of the patrol vehicle, which was still running because they had jumped from the vehicle to run to him while he committed the burglary. And as he jumped into the seat, he was trying to either get the rifle or the shotgun out of its holder. At that time, our deputies shot. They shot multiple times. And as a result, Timothy is deceased. This is under investigation with our task force, our multi-agency task force. The results will be turned over to our state attorney, Brian Haas, for a final determination. However, it's important to focus on this for a second. He tried to assault my deputies with shears. Then he jumped into their vehicle, which is an armed burglary with the shears, trying to get the rifle and or the shotgun out. At that moment in time, all the warnings had to stop and the action had to begin. And that's when they shot him, enough to stop the threat. Are there any questions? Yeah, thank you for asking. His criminal history is long. It's meth arrest, meth arrest, meth arrest, meth arrest, meth arrest, and guess what?
Yep, that explains the Nat 1.
Gee, I can already tell from just looking at him that dude's a meth head.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I think we're about to get to the good part here. I mean, unfortunately, the cops had to take him down because they were reaching for for their gun, for a weapon.
So I'm treating this like a situation. I'm treating this like a serious situation that it is.
Yeah.
Fail to see where's the funny in this.
Yeah. Well, I think I would say the funny here's coming up. Hopefully with the gator attack.
In April of this year, he was arrested for what? Meth. He was released on May the 20th. So he's not been out of jail very long at all. I've said this over and over, and I'll continue to say it. There are still people that want to make the community or the nation believe that drugs are low level and nonviolent. Well, here's your sign. Here's another sign. Now, that's not enough.
Well,
while he's swimming across the...
I would say shrooms and weed are fairly low-level drugs because they tend to relax you.
Yeah, sure. Meth, no way. Meth, cocaine,
Yeah.
But I like to add that little thing like, my dad grew weed. Legally speaking, he grew weed in the state of Michigan. He is not violent. He was definitely not violent.
Yeah, shrooms you'll probably be seeing like pink dragons and shit.
Yeesh.
Well, anyway. Or better yet, you know that alligator from from All Dogs Go to Heaven? Yeah, you'll probably...
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that pink-lipped alligator.
That big-lipped alligator, yeah. Yeah, you take any of those, and he's going to appear in front of you.
Yeah, but the point I'm making is some drugs, like weed and shrooms, those are your low-level ones. Meth, cocaine, bath salts? Hell no.
No. Anyway, let's continue.
The lake, and how he made it across the lake. They said he was treading water. They could only see his head. He got real close to an alligator. It appears that his right arm is bitten by an alligator. So apparently he was attacked by an alligator while in the lake as well.
Oh, and there's the sticking point right here, people.
An alligator bit that dude's arm off.
Yep. No wonder the guy was delirious. Plus, he was high on meth.
We have a drugged up badass, basically.
I wouldn't call him a badass.
Dude, if Aaron, if your arm got bitten off by an alligator and you come out of it as if nothing happens, you're officially badass. You're officially badass. Drugs or not.
Yeah, or so high on meth you don't even give a fuck.
I'm saying drugs or not, that's still pretty fucking badass and scary.
Yeah. Anyway.
So he gets into the lake, he swims across the lake, he's bitten by an alligator. Neighbors are trying to throw him a life vest, trying to help him. He's growling. He comes onto the land, sees a pair of garden shears, picks them up. That's when our deputies are getting there just as he's trying to break into one of our victims' vehicles. We try to de-escalate. We tase him twice. We tell him to drop the shears to no effect. The tasers had no effect on him. He climbed into a vehicle committing another armed burglary where he was trying to get to our rifle and our shotgun, and we shot him. Now, quite frankly, his conduct was outrageous. It was bizarre. And his conduct, in order to get him into custody, was necessary by our deputies because of his conduct. He was bizarre. Our deputies, by the way, are going home safe tonight. Let me make this abundantly clear. You're not going to shoot at our deputies. You're not going to point guns at our deputies. You're not going to point garden shears at our deputies. You're not going to break into the car and try to get their rifles. You're not going to assault feloniously our deputies. You're just not going to do that. And if you do, we're going to shoot you.
I love how he's telling this to the law-abiding citizens. As if the law-abiding citizens are the ones that are going to break the fucking law.
Well, basically that's how Sheriff Judge operates. Basically saying, listen, he's probably talking to more about this from people who come into the county, because he's also did some pretty prolific busts in the county of certain let's say various tiers of school threats, most of them that worked at Disney.
Yeah.
So,
well, the point I'm trying to say is, you're telling this to the law-abiding citizens as if they're going to break the law. No, they're law-abiding citizens. They don't plan on breaking the law. Why do you need to give that?
Well, here's the deal. It's because a lot of his stuff is televised. So this is basically a message to those who are, let's just say, a little bit weird. It's like, if you think you're gonna pull something like that in our county, it ain't gonna be a good time for you. And you know what? Like I say, it's one of the best sheriffs we got in the state, if not the entire country. But anyway, I'm just gonna go ahead and call it right here. But damn, freaking alligators taking a bite out of crime.
Literally, even.
And yeah, that guy, yes, he's in the wrong. Everything's wrong about him. But like I said, if you get your arm bit off by an alligator and you just walk out as if it's nothing fucking happening at all, you officially made it to badassery.
Yeah,
but he still
doesn't change the fact you're in the wrong. It doesn't change the fact you're in the wrong, but you're an official badass.
Yeah, but it's just at the end of the day, he still rolled a nat 1, which means he's pretty much. He didn't
roll just one nat 1. He rolled out like a bunch of nat 1s.
Yeah,
he just had the HP.
Yeah, nat 1 going to the lake. Nat 1. Yeah, nat 1. Nat 1 taking what you call it, grabbing the garden shears. Nat 1 trying to break into a car, and Nat 1 trying to get a rifle.
Yes, there was a lot of stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Moral tonight's story, folks. The dice gods know no mercy, even in real life. Amen.
Yeah, don't do drugs.
Drugs are bad. Okay. But I do have a bonus Florida man story here. I want to leave y'all with I want y'all to leave on a happy note here.
Yeah.
This one. Try to bribe cops with $20 after hitting a vehicle in the parking lot.
Well, that's definitely a Florida man story. That is.
Yeah, not to mention that. That dude definitely rolled in that one in the looks department.
Yeah, I wasn't even aiming for the looks. I was aiming for the intelligence department because he really thought $20 was going to set him free. That's a nat 1 on intelligence.
Yeah, that's $20. You're lucky if that gets you lunch.
I take it back. If we're using D&D terms, that's a nat 1 on wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
Because wisdom is common sense.
All right, so apparently there was a vehicle that they're going full-on demolition derby in the parking lot, and he found the suspect, Adan Jacinto Domingo, of 34, behind the wheel of a blue GMC Arcadia that was parked directly behind a vehicle in a parking space. And he said that he had very red, bloodshot, and glassy eyes and smelled very strongly of sweat, urine, and alcohol. So what happened was, after he'd been asked for his driver's license, he began to stall and attempt to bribe 2 police officers with a $20 bill. You can't really bribe anybody with $20.
Yeah, I mean, I highly doubt a $20 bill's even gonna be enough.
That's too.
We need a lot more.
That's 2 meals.
Matt, why would the cops risk sacrificing their career for $20?
That's 2 meals at Steak and Shake.
Yeah.
If you're lucky.
Actually, it is 2 meals at Steak and Shake. I just had Steak and Shake earlier today.
Oh, really? It was $10 each? Nice.
Well, if you get the smallest portion. But it's really good.
Okay.
But it's really good though. But so he says after the report, he began to act erratically, try to grab one officer's vest, and then they placed him in handcuffs despite resisting arrest, and then deployed her taser on the suspect before redirected to the ground. And he agreed to perform a field sobriety test, but laughed during most of the exam. Yeah, this guy was drunk off his ass.
Yeah, see.
Are we sure he was also not? Are we sure he wasn't high too?
You know,
well, they said put him through a lab.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he was high. I mean, look at his eyes. Look at his freaking eyes. Woof.
Yeah, really.
Wouldn't be surprised if he did a little did like a little bit of took some bath salts or other hallucinogen or something like that. So we're looking at this one, and it says, yeah. So he faces charge of battery and a police officer committed conspiracy to commit bribery. Assault a police officer, resisting an officer without violence, disorderly conduct, DUI, and not having a valid driver's license.
Yep.
So, yeah. This guy's a bit of a... I'm going to say with all that crap with going around there...
My God, even the guy on meth looked better than him.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, at least he looked like Charlie Manson.
Yeah, this is easily a B tier.
Yeah, I guarantee you what he rolled for charisma. Oh, a 1, and a 1.
Yeah, but he's
Man, that's a lot of ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually in TV, you roll 3d6 to see what your starting attribute is for your stats. 3 is the lowest you can get.
He rolled that. So, but yeah, he's a B tier easily.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean,
well,
yeah.
The guy on meth is definitely S tier, but he's dead. So.
Yeah.
Yep.
Definitely. Definitely S tier.
Pretty much in the Eternal Fire too.
Yeah. So. But yeah, I mean, going around on a demolition derby, they say, can you step out the car, sir? And then he's like stumbling out drunk and say, hey, S.A. If you take the 20 butters, can you just go away, man? Have some lunch on me, Oh, my word.
Oh, man. Yeah, that was just dumb.
Well,
really fucking.
Well, anyway.
It's funny. No one died.
Yeah.
A guy on meth. That's a fucking horror story.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I probably wouldn't have even touched it if it weren't for the fact an alligator was involved. But hey.
Yeah, I just want to imagine you facing off against that guy on meth. It was just you versus him.
Well, let's see, garden shears, man. I could probably take those off his hands and he'd be running. But I think he wouldn't be concerned about trying to fight somebody. He'd be just concerned about trying to run out of there or something like that. Probably steal someone's car or something.
Either that or have an anaconda handy.
Yeah. But anyway, I think that'll do it for tonight, guys. So remember, kids, don't do drugs, and don't be drinking too much, and don't be bribing police officers. Jesus.
Yeah, really. You don't
Anyway.
want to roll that one in real life.
Yeah.
I can tell you that much.
And please, kid, when you go through a boss fight in which you need a vehicle to actually damage your foes, do not go into the Waffle House and act like nothing happened at all.
Oh my God, I am not going to be hearing the end of that one, am I?
No, you're not. That was peak stupidity that I saw from that.
Yes, I know. That was me not in my right mind when I should have been.
Oh, I will be doing this on Dragon as well, because you both you both had that fucking boss fight. You both had to use a vehicle to run over these guys because nothing else was working. You were using sniper rifles, and the bullets were bouncing off.
Yep.
All this shit was going on. Aaron's character was almost assassinated. And you just walk into the Waffle House. So what do? Oh, we're just going to eat something.
Well, okay, see, I missed some messages here, and it seems like we have a Shiny Evolutions cosplay game corner. Says she rebranding herself very soon because getting rid of the cosplayer. But now listen, I just want to elaborate. In and of itself, I got no problem with cosplayers. Okay, I really don't. I mean, unfortunately,
No, we're cool with cosplayers. We just don't like it when cosplayers go around canceling people for no reason.
we don't like if they go
that are acting like total harridans too.
Yeah. You don't like it when people go around canceling people. We don't like it when they get triggered over bullshit. I mean, shit. I didn't.
No. We grilled on these ladies not because they were cosplayers. We grilled them because they were being cancel pigs.
Yeah, they were being cancel pigs and they were being crash outs. All right. I mean, like I said, I had a falling out with one recently because she crashed out because I was having a go at the fact that they're using Elon Musk's son to try to promote it's a mentally ill son, I should say, and that's not who's got daddy issues up the ass, and some of these people are just manipulating that. I don't like it, and the fact that you fucking crashed out over it, that's just ridiculous.
So basically, similar situation what happened with
Camelot. Yes, with Camelot. Yes.
Okay, so were there any more posts?
Well, I don't know what you're talking about, but I'll tell you.
From the Rumble side, we got nothing other than 6 people watching.
Yes, but 343 did mention that there was he didn't feel any pain when his arm got bit off. So yeah, if you're so high up to the gills on meth and you feel nothing when your arm bit off, yeah, I think that's the drugs, dude.
Yeah, but how the hell are you gonna be holding a bunch of gardening shears with one arm?
Oh, you got another arm.
Garden shears. You can hold garden shears with one arm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's kind of like Def Leppard's drummer drumming with one arm.
You still can do it. It just not really optimal. And besides, some of those garden shears, you could just stab people with those. They act like a knife.
That's true.
Okay, fair point.
Well, like I said, but when it comes to but there is one thing I am going to mention though. I am trying to reach out to somebody to do the revoice of the trailer. Okay, so that's going to be in the cards for now. I'm still trying to see if I can hear back from, but don't worry, it's someone I've worked with before. It's someone that I've talked to on a few occasions, so I'm sure. So I'm like 80 to 90% sure they're cool. But anyway.
Yeah. So Aaron, I do have questions for you, but that's going to wait till after the show because
all right,
it's more technical stuff.
All right. So, but with that said, Ed, thank you, gentlemen, for coming on. Appreciate you.
Likewise.
All right. So
Anyway,
and I'll see.
good show. I'll be seeing y'all on the flip side.
All right. Take care, guys. Okay, so it's just me right now. So, so tomorrow we're gonna get back into the precinct. I don't know how much game we got left. I mean, we already knocked off one of the crime bosses here. And we'll see how it go. We'll see how it goes because, like I said, I'm enjoying this thing. So who knows? Maybe I'll stretch it out, see how it goes. Because I guess we got one crime boss to deal with, and then there's still the matter of the of that mass murderer, or that's still around. So until we get to that tomorrow night, God bless you. Take care of yourself, and hey. It's a nasty world we're living out here, especially nowadays with people running around with garden shears. So please be careful out there and just remember, this hobby is ours. It ain't for these tourists to take, and it ain't for these canceled pigs to run roughshod over. So be sure you gatekeep your tables and gatekeep your hobbies. Good night, everybody. We'll see you back tomorrow.
Good night, ladies.
Good night, sir.
Hit it, sweetheart.